Well, with more and more Democrats expressing skepticism about the Green New Deal, it looks like the growing crowd of naysayers is giving just enough cover to tank the overly ambitious resolution. Most Democrats seeking the presidency are running on a pretty lazy platform. Everyone hates the president as much as we do, so all we have to do is offer a brand new change and contrast, and voila, instant presidency. Well, that's why all the Democrat senators from Gillibrand to Booker to Harris have endorsed the multi-trillion-dollar monster that could, over a decade, cost every American household, according to one estimate, $600,000. That's the Green New Deal. That's a green pile of garbage. We here at Team Canadalia, we pegged the price over 10 years at a conservative $80 trillion, but the American Action Forum, headed by former CBO bean counter Douglas Holtz-Eakin, they put it at roughly $94 trillion in its first decade. $94 trillion. To put that in perspective, the federal budget runs about $4 trillion a year. So that more than doubles current expenditures with no way to pay for anything new, let alone the moldy old basement expenditures we have now. Somehow, Mrs. Tupac, Kamala Harris, sees this not only as practical, but says the three magic letters tied to the Green New Deal are ROI. The return on investment for turfing entire industries, from airlines to health insurance, apparently has no downside, no variables, and no unintended consequences. She says it's not about cost, it's about investment. No, it's about unthinkable taxation, the likes of which the free world has never seen. And that's not investment, that's theft. So let's say every idiot in D.C. loses their mind and calculator, has a collective political death wish, and this thing passes. Then what? You haven't created a new entitlement. You've hatched a wholly dependent entitlement state. And when you get a third of the way into the thing, laying high-speed rails, retrofitting old buildings, and converting the power grid to unicorn farts, and then you run out of money, what on earth do you do? If you've tanked transportation, farming, and insurance, and you have more dependents than workers, if corporations have vanished and society is entirely reliant upon the state, if Atlas has shrugged and flown you the proverbial bird, what then? Well, no one dares to think that practically far in advance, and the whole thing becomes a national fire festival, but progressives don't care if the whole thing burns down because, at least for a moment, they looked busy. And that's the memo.